What's happening, everybody? We're here in the Smash Lab at the Nugsmasher factory. We're here with the Nugsmasher Iq Pro. Guys, I can't tell you how bad this machine is. How incredible this machine is. Can't say that stuff on YouTube. It is an amazing machine, guys. I'm experiencing higher yields on the machine, variable speed motor that maintains this accurate pressure. It's absolutely next level. I think it'll do, a couple thousand grams of hash at once, at bubble at once. I just don't have a couple thousand to do it, to try it, but if you have it, hit me up and I'd love to give it a run. But anyway, it's really an amazing machine, and we're gonna do those extractions to come. You'll see those, we'll video them and whatnot on this machine. 7-inch by 10-inch wide plates. They're 1.5 inches wide each. Just an amazing machine. The screen comes off, so it has all three sides open, so you could have 3 pours going on that if you did put 1,000 or more grams on it. The screen separates off so you can get it away and still have control of your machine and what you're doing. The ramp mode on this is just unbelievable. The engineers really simplified the interface of this machine. The interface is really where it is, you guys. You just simply toggle between what you want to do, from flour to isolate to decarb. It's really, really neat and intuitive how it works, and it changes your options when you do that. So like on this mode, it brings up a ramp mode. So on the temperature, it's going to start at this temperature, end at that temperature over 6 minutes. And then on the pressure, it's going to start at this temperature, or start at this pressure and end at that pressure over 6 minutes. And then it's going to apply that pressure on the footprint that we tell it that's inside the actual machine that's right here. So it really made that much more simple to get your surface area pressure exactly right. The fan control that has been put in this, it has dual force fans that come through and cool the plates back down. So if you're doing repeated extractions and you want to start at a lower temperature like we like to do, and you got to cool those plates down repeatedly all day long, it'll do that for you. But I just can't say enough, this is a dream machine. There's just nothing better. I think volume-wise, it's gigantic. It's the commercial machine. Check it out at nugsmasher.com. If you're thinking of getting one, hit us up on chat. Very knowledgeable. I'm even on there talking to you guys. So whatever you need, we're here to help and serve you. We appreciate you guys watching. But let's get to an extraction. What do you guys think? So I have some bubble over here. What was left in this jar, and thanks to Roundtree Farms. And I've torn my paper here. I'm just gonna see how much this is. I'm gonna see if we can break this up. I think this is GMO. Let's see, as soon as I'm done here, it's written on. So we got about 60 coming off the paper here. We got about 64 grams there we're gonna do. It is, the strain is GMO. So this is a 73 micron bubble out of a greenhouse grow. What we're going to do is just brick it up, and we're going to try to think about how we're going to brick it up, what size we're going to brick it up in, and we're going to use a 14 gram bag for size to hold the surface area, and then we're going to wrap it up in a 25 micron. So we'll get a couple of 14 gram, 37 micron, 14 gram bags out. I would imagine this brick is going to be about the size of this bag. We'll see, okay? And if it's a little bigger, we can get our X bags out or something else that we need. And we're probably going to use a 12 by 12, 25 micron square. That one right there to wrap it up in. Then I'm going to get a big piece of parchment so I don't spill it all over the place, because it's a lot for what the parchment that was on the scale. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that there. Now guys, because this is deep frozen, it's got to warm up. So that we can brick it. You can do it a bunch of different ways. If you know you're gonna brick a bunch up like that, you can see how that's already warming up. You can leave it out room temperature. This came out of deep freeze, which obviously we like to leave it in deep freeze right out of the freeze dryers, so that it maintains all the terpenes and everything, and then leave it sealed in deep freeze. And what I start to do to warm this up is you could set this here. I simply set my hand on it. And you should experience, out of decent hash like this, 75 to 80% plus yield of your weight back to rosin. Remember, all it's doing is taking the membranes of the trichomes and just filtering the membrane sac out. You've already filtered most of the plant material out in your wash process. And guys, if you're going to do a specific size, I'm always doing different sizes, but if you got a specific run, obviously pre-pressed mold's the way to go. You know, so you can mold these up quickly, throw them in your bag. You have your specific sizing. Be patient with it, guys. Once it gets to 85 to 90 degrees, it'll all stick together. I'm gonna go take a dab, let this warm up for a little bit. Trying to force it. Okay guys, I know I said I was going to use a couple of 14 gram 37 micron bags and a 25 micron screen, but I've changed my mind. I'm going to go ahead and use 25 micron bags, which are really nice. You can just slide the brick in and you'll see, and they're extra long, and they're extra long so they don't change or deform and run, and they hold the surface area. So I'm going to use a couple of these. I'll show you how we're going to do this. You can also, once you get this in, guys, the biggest thing is you don't get it too thick. That makes it really want to push and deform your screen. But you can get it in your bag smaller and then form it. So you can drop it down to the bottom of your bag. Now, I want to make it thinner in my bag so that it fills the entire bag out. And Actually, I want to make that brick bigger before I do that. Don't be afraid, you're not going to hurt it. Our bags are all made out of food grade nylon. And all I'm doing is just pushing it together. I don't want to make it too hard on myself to slide in, but I want to get it so it fills the bag out nice. And I'm not trying to make it super thin. I try to go no thicker than 1/4 inch or so on the bricks that I put in. It's really close. That's going to fill out really nice. So we're almost got a square shape at the end here. Let's see if we can get it in this way if it's too tight. Okay, now these are 25 micron bags, so the key is to hold the surface area. So I come around like this. This is my big fold. I come around like this if I can. Square is absolutely ideal because you're able to put it in another 25 microns sideways. And it doesn't change its surface area, and that's the key. You know, you don't want the screens to start running once you start doing your extraction. So this is how I prefer to do it. And you can do the same idea by wrapping it in the 25 micron screens. A lot of the videos I've done have that on it, or you can do what I did here. So my folds are all to the top. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this excess off right here, and our puck's ready to measure and extract. I like the yardstick, damn it. Okay, so all I'm gonna do is go ahead and measure this brick here. This is the surface area it's gonna hold. And I'm just gonna measure it. I got 3 1/4 inches by, I'm gonna say 3 1/2. 3 1/4 by 3 1/2. Once it flattens out, you know what I mean? You'd probably be okay going 3 1/2 by 3 1/2 because of the thickness. You know what I mean? Just to be safe. But let's go 3 1/4 by 3 1/2. So now what's great about this, the Nugsmasher IQ guys, is it's all on my mode screen. I'm already there. I'm ready to rock and roll. All that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna raise the plates up so that they're gonna hold the puck and the parchment paper in at the same time. And one of the things I love about this machine is if you touch it, this actually slows the motor down. It gives it a short press, but it slows the motor down. You hold it, the motor goes fast. So, you know, it's touch controlled for the motor on the screen. The thing really just operates like a drain. This is a commercial Alchemist absolute drain. All right, so once I got that going on, I'm gonna go get a piece of parchment paper here for the extraction. And usually I have to trim my parchment paper like this because I'm fitting it in a smaller machine, but this machine, open to all 3 sides, I can get my great big parchment paper. I can't wait to do 1,000 gram extraction in this and have jars off all 3 sides and this thing flowing for you guys. But this one should be pretty decent in its own right. How many grams, camera guy? 64 grams, yeah. Oh, you did? You want to turn it down a little more? One of the features of this is these RGB lights have brightness, and what this button does is it changes the color of light that comes out under the bottom. So let me turn it up so you can see that. So that changes the color under the bottom light. So you can turn it off if you want. I like the green. But anyway, it has a dimmer, and the dimmer dims both lights. And you know, look for that to even update to other features as we go down the road, and the machine updates. I mean, Daniel and Zach do some crazy neat stuff with these machines. So anyhow, so we're gonna lower that for the camera guy. I think our settings are all set, camera guy, right? Yeah, over 6 minutes. I don't have my size. So what did we say? It was 3 1/4. Yeah, it's hard to forget. That's something I've forgotten in the past because you had to go to another screen on the IQ to do it. Everything's right here, man. I love it. So square, almost 11 square inches. That's wow. Yeah, so it's gonna be a lot of pressure on it. All right. So basically, guys, we're in ramp mode here. It's gonna be over the course of 6 minutes. It's gonna run the temperature from 120 to 175. It's gonna run the pressure from 100 material PSI based on 11.375 square inches, all the way up to 450 material PSI. So it'll naturally ramp that mode up for us. So I take the fold and make sure it's up. All right, and we can stick that over here. You guys can see here, and we're just gonna hit start and proceed. Look at the actual PSI versus the target. guys. See our extraction there, all the rosin all around it. We're gonna bring it right over to the cold plate. Ooh-wee. That's what we like to call butter. Oh my. So guys, if we're lucky, we should have 45 plush-ish grams back, somewhere in there, of this beautiful rosin. Let's go ahead and start putting it together and see what we get. Gotta let it cool down on this cold plate for a minute, it's too thick. Oh shit, that's what we like to see. So guys, getting a hell of a yield out of that. I was expecting 46, 47 grams, 51.67 grams. What was it, 64 in? What's that percentage, Daniel, can you tell us? I mean, it's this steady pressure of this machine is just nuts. This variable speed motor, this Pro IQ is just unbelievable. So almost 80, right at 80% yield back on the Nugsmasher Pro IQ. Can't say enough about the machine, you guys. If you're gonna move big weight, this is the thing to do it on. Really, really nice machine. Fun to work with, all automatic touchscreen, big fans, I mean, everything is just big industrial, commercial stuff. So Turk Files links with it. If you wanna move the big weight, and it's a 110. Doesn't take air compressor or anything else. Just plug it into the wall, 110 power, and here you go. Matter of fact, off this one circuit, we have like 3 or 4 machines running right now. So anyhow, guys, like, subscribe, comment, hit, if you love the machine and you need it in your operation, hit me up at nugsmasher.com at the factory here. I'm here every day. Hit me up on chat, call me, talk with our representatives. We'll make you a special deal on this machine. We want to get them out there. The first batch is coming off into next week, so they're shipping out, and what a great machine. I'm proud that they're shipping out. This is what everyone wants. So anyhow, until next time, guys, like, subscribe, tell a friend, tell them about us. Check out our commercial solutions at nugsmasher.com. New house washing solutions all the way through bubble. We'll set up a whole lab for you guys from fresh frozen all the way through the concentration here. We'll design it for you in your space, set it up here, give you a consultation, give you on-site training, delivery, set up the whole 9. Check us out at nugsmasher.com. We got what you need for the solventless solutions commercially. Take care, guys.